Good morning, welcome to Sunday. Hope your day is off to a good start. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, the royal family has been rallying around the Queen overnight after the death of Prince Philip. And across the UK, the first ceremonial tributes to the Duke of Edinburgh were held. In castles and capitals, gun salutes ran out at midday. 41 shots over 40 minutes to mark his life of service.
And we have new details about Prince Philip's final farewell this morning. His funeral will be held on Saturday at St George's Chapel in the grounds of Windsor Castle. It will be scaled back because of COVID. Just 30 mourners will attend. Prince Harry will be there, but on medical advice, pregnant Meghan will stay in California.
Live now to our team of reporters for special coverage, and 7 News Europe Bureau Chief Hugh Whitfeld is in Windsor. Now, Hugh, we saw overnight that Prince Charles has paid tribute to his father.
Yeah, Charles has now returned to his home at Highgrove, allowing other senior members of the royal family to spend time here with the Queen in mourning at Windsor. The Prince of Wales, though, did release a message, a short statement. It was heartfelt and deeply personal, thanking people around the world for their kind words about his father. It will sustain us, he said, simply calling the Duke of Edinburgh my dear papa. His first public appearance since his father's death.
My dear papa was a very special person who, I think above all else, would have been amazed by the reaction and the touching things that have been said about him.
Prince Charles paying tribute to Prince Philip.
My father, I suppose the last 70 years, has given the most remarkable, devoted service to the Queen, to my family, who we are, my family, deeply grateful for all that. It will sustain us in this particular loss and at this particularly sad time. Thank you. Thank you.
Also by the Queen's side, Prince Edward and wife Sophie. The military showed its respect with the household cavalry stopping to salute as details were released about next Saturday's funeral. It'll be a service similar to the Queen Mother's farewell almost 20 years ago, a ceremonial send-off at St George's Chapel, but no public access and no lying in state. Just 30 mourners will be there due to COVID restrictions, far from the 800 Prince Philip had planned under Operation Forth Bridge, the royal protocol for the Duke's death.
Everything that's been in place for so many years for the Duke of Edinburgh for this exact moment has to been, hastily revised in order to be compliant.
There'll be a procession, not dissimilar to Princess Diana's, but with a purpose-built Land Rover the Duke helped design, flanked by military pallbearers, followed by senior family members, all confined to castle grounds. It'll begin at 3 o'clock, with the nation falling silent for a minute on Big Ben's bongs. In attendance, the Duke's 4 children, 8 grandchildren, including Prince Harry, and other close family members. Now, if you add all those people up, add their spouses and the Queen, you reach 19. That leaves just 11 other places in the congregation within the chapel. Boris Johnson has confirmed he will not attend the funeral. That leaves another spot open for a member of the royal family. We've also learnt that Prince Philip will be buried in the royal vault beneath St George's Chapel.
7 News Europe correspondent Sarah Greenhalgh is at Buckingham Palace. Sarah, Britons are paying tribute to the Duke of Edinburgh in their own way.
Matt, they are. Good morning. Despite being told, however, not to attend royal residences in person, thousands of people have come to Buckingham Palace here today to pay their respects to the Duke of Edinburgh. And at midday, right across the United Kingdom, a military tribute for a military man, a death gun salute starting at the Tower of London, happening at castles in Edinburgh and Cardiff, and fittingly for a man who served in the Navy during the Second World War, also at sea. At Woolwich Barracks here in London, 41 shots were fired from the same guns that were fired when Prince Philip married the Queen back in 1947. Sport, which has been a lifelong passion of the Duke's, has also paid tribute. People observing a minute's silence today before the Grand National, one of the most famous horse races in the world, and coaches and players at all English Premier League matches across the weekend. So everyone here in Britain very keen to honour and remember Prince Philip, guys.
And Tim Lester is at Harry and Meghan's home in Montecito, California. Now, Tim, as was widely predicted, Harry will make the trip.
Yes, Mon, this is the way royal watchers had expected it a day ago, and now Buckingham Palace has confirmed that's exactly the way it will play out. Prince Harry is making the 12-hour of flights, or perhaps combined flights, back to London to be with his family for the event. But the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan, is remaining here. Her pregnancy now likely approaching the third trimester, and apparently advice from doctors suggested she should stay here. A long journey back to London for Prince Harry, the first, of course, after that interview 1 month ago that caused such a storm in the family. Now talk of a rift, though, overshadowed by the great sadness of the funeral that lies ahead.